Okay, this is the next segment. I'm going to start on this next one here. Okay, see where this goes? And then it's this one, and then it's this one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut all three of those real quick. Well, this is something you don't want to do quickly, but okay. Let's get that done. I push it in a little deeper where it comes right underneath the feather. I'll show you in the next one. Okay, a little deeper. Okay. Whoops. This takes some practice, folks, and if you've never done it, what I would recommend that you do is take another piece of basswood, a scrap piece, and practice this. Okay? That's what I would do if I were you. I've done it already that way. If you're not sure how it's going to feel, or how you're worried about doing it on the piece that you have, you know, you can try on something else to, you know, to try to experiment a little bit. Now this went over. That cut should be there. Yep, it's there. This can be very tedious. Some people really enjoy it. It's similar to chip carving in a sense because it's precision work. But okay, so that's how the featherings are done. I'm going to do the rest of this on offline with you. What we're going to do now is I'm going to show you. Now we have those three done, and we're going to take a piece of sandpaper over it to smooth it out a little bit. Okay, so don't worry too much about it being a little bit bumpy. We're going to sand over it a little bit. But when you have a ridge like this that you see, you just want to trim that off a little bit, just to smooth it down so it looks like it's the next layer. Okay, just like that. Okay, what we're going to do, you always start from the top feather to the bottom. So we're going to start, and you do one at a time, especially when they're layering like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this section here, and I'm going to do two here or three, and then I'll do one up here to show you how I do it, and you can do the rest offline. We're going to follow this. Let me sharpen this thing up just a tad here with my. I'm stropping this blade, and you should do it every 15 or 20 minutes that you're carving, but it's really important that you have this thing super sharp before you do this project. Okay, now we're going to follow this out. Oh, it's nice and sharp. That's great. We're going to follow that line just like so. Okay, and we're going to do the next one. We're going to push it in a little further where it meets underneath. Okay, and we're going to take it up, make that turn, and go straight up. Now if you're worried about cutting into the other one, you can just turn it around and just match it. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to undercut it from that stock cut, like we've been doing. Okay, and that's not coming out of there. Let me go from this way. Alright, that's what I have to do. I have to do it from this way because it's digging into the wood. You really have to be mindful how this wood, the grain's running. Alright, again, you want to take that little bump off, and then you're going to do the next one just like that. Okay, now some power carvers will do this with all kinds of, you know, speeding tool, you know, grinding tools and things. I like doing everything with a knife, like I said. So what I want you to do is the rest of these here the same way. Now some of that's rubbing off, but I'll put that back on like that, like that. And when you get down here, this one just goes underneath. There's no extra feather there. Alright, and then when you go to do the top, here is the top. I'll show you on the next segment how we take care of the very end. How we make this round at the end here. So I'll show you that in a little bit. But we're going to do the same thing with all of these, okay? But when you get here, you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to follow this out. Turn this around. Okay? And you're going to follow that line all the way up to your next feather. And you want to make sure that you plane things down a little bit so that everything generally runs smoothly into another. Now when we go to sand this later, I'll show you how to do that. So I want you to do this, all these feathers this way. Well, we're going to go down the other way here. Like this. It's kind of hard to get hold of this thing. Okay? And now we're going to just cut off a little bit here. Just like that. And then we're going to undercut this so that it all matches in. Okay, that this all blends in together. You'll see that in a little bit here. Okay, so I'll do a couple offline and then I'll show you how I do it. So go ahead and do all your feathering. Okay, all in here, and then when I come back we'll show you how to fix this up on the bottom and then how to do your tail. Okay, and then we'll be ready to sand. Alright, we'll be back in a